Before we pick up the harmonica, a couple things for you, the student. Make sure that you've watched Blues Harmonica Fundamentals. That's going to give you a nice introduction to a review of these techniques. That's where you'll be starting on the website anyways. So Blues Harmonica Fundamentals, you'll be working with solo harmonica study 1, as well as tongue blocking study number 1. As you're going through the materials, you'll be spending time getting the mechanics of the instrument. So as your body and mind are getting used to these techniques, you can also be spending time on the interviews, for example. It's always great to hear from today's and some past, unfortunately, great blues harmonica players, and you're going to pick up ideas and tips. So having even a sheet of paper or have your computer out, make little notes. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to make note of that. And then also equipment. You can learn about, like right now, there's a whole bunch of small amplifiers going through the process of doing small amp reviews. So you can learn about amplifiers and mics. And so as your body's going to take time to develop these techniques, and it's kind of fun to be learning other auxiliary elements of the harmonica as well. So keep in mind the equipment lessons and also the interviews on the site. Let's go ahead and pick up the harmonica. So Sharon's using a crossover.
Fresh out of the, oops, it's upside down. See, that's my first step.
That's
learning
right.
The harmonica's upside down.
Yeah, that's our Hohner crossover. And the Hohner crossover is, in my opinion, the best harmonica ever built. So getting a great instrument. There are less expensive harmonicas out there. You can get them as cheaply as $5. And yeah, those aren't going to help you out.
No.
You're going to be putting a lot of time on the harmonica. You might as well get a quality instrument. And a quality instrument in this case, that's street price $90 compared to, say, a saxophone, which is going to be over $1,000.
Yes.
You might as well get a quality instrument. It's going to last you for quite a while. The harmonicas are disposable at a certain point. You will toss them. You may get into working on your harmonicas, for example. When a reed goes flat, you can replace the reed. There are people who really like the equipment stuff. Most likely, we're just going to focus on learning the harmonica. We're both the same in that I would rather spend my time actually making music than working on the tooling to make the music. So very fortunate to have Joe Fusco work on my Marine Band harmonicas. And so we have the Hohner crossover. For a more budget harmonica, the Special 20 is a good choice. Currently at the filming, at this filming, they're about $45, and these are about $90. But I recommend you splurge and get a good instrument. And if you start with the best instrument you can get, then you know it's all you.
Yep, it's true.
Technique-wise.
Exactly.
Before we put the harmonica up to your lips, a couple things about why the A harmonica. They do come in other keys. If I play a lick on this A harmonica, I can grab, say, my C harmonica and play the same lick, little piece of music. You can hear that's a little bit higher keyed. I get my F harmonica, which is the highest standard key. Very powerful sounding harmonica. Or if I go, say, to my low C harmonica, sounds very tuba-like.
Yes.
What I play on this A harmonica, I can play on the C harmonica. It's the same blows, the same draws, same techniques. The technique of bending is a little bit different on the different keys of harmonica because it requires that you're tuning your mouth to the pitches that you're trying to play on the harmonica. But besides bending, which we won't get into for many months, it's pretty similar amongst these harmonicas. So that means the same blows, same draws, same movements. It really doesn't matter which harmonica we start with. The C harmonica is the most common that you find in the lesser expensive harmonicas. Why did they choose that? Simply because teachers like to start with the key of C, because if you look at a piano, it's just the white keys. You don't have to deal with, we have 12 different keys, and each of those keys have different combinations of those black keys, what we know as sharps or flats. So teachers don't want to get into why we have sharps and flats.
Sure.
And it's just easier just to use the alphabet. The C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I don't want to have to explain A, B, C sharp, D, E, etc., F sharp, G sharp, A. That's the only reason why the C harmonica is the most common. It's not because the C harmonica is the easiest harmonica to play. So at bluesharmonica.com, we are focusing on the harmonica that you want to learn on because it is the most common harmonica.
Sure.
The A harmonica is the most common for a couple of reasons. It happens to be the most common key that other musicians play in. So if you're going to jam with a guitarist, if you go to a jam session, for example, you have 2 string instruments, guitar, bass, and the tuning of their strings are similar to the A harmonica, which makes it a very common choice. For us, it's also in a range that is pleasant. It's low but not too tubby, meaning it's not very responsive, and it's not so high that it's too brash. So the A harmonica is one of our most pleasing sounding harmonicas. Also importantly, the reason why we start on the A is that the harmonica you learn to bend on is the harmonica that you'll be the most comfortable bending on.
Sure.
And since A is the most common harmonica by far, meaning that if I was to go to a jam session tonight, it's the A that I would throw in my pocket if I didn't bring my full set. We might as well have your most common harmonica be the one that you get really good at bending on.
Sure.
And then we can work higher and adjust our mouth for the higher harmonicas, and we can move lower, adjusting our mouth. So it's a good central point. Key-wise, the C harmonica actually fits pretty central amongst the whole range, but the most common harmonicas are the medium to low because, again, they have the most pleasing sound. They're not too shrill.
Yes.
So A is actually right in the middle. We move up to B flat and C, and we go from A to G and low F. So for those reasons, we use the A harmonica.